In this video, we're going to implement sign in with a Twitter account into our mobile application that uses Parse Cloud as its backend. And I will start with parse.com by going into documentation, which I will follow to implement this example. So if you open up parse.com and from the main page, click on Docs. There under iOS section, choose guidance or guide. Wait a little bit for the page to load. It's quite a lengthy page. And then we can scroll down a little bit, and on the left side menu under getting started we have lots of sections to study. We're looking for users, and I will click on users. When user expands, if you scroll down a little bit, there will be Facebook users and Twitter users. So I'll click on Twitter users. And here are the instructions for us to set up Twitter sign in with Parse. And the first step in the list of and here are the instructions for us to follow to set up Twitter sign in with Parse. And the first step is for us to set up a Twitter application. And to set up Twitter application, I will need to go to a domain name which reads apps.twitter.com. apps.twitter.com, and there you'll have a list of your applications. If you don't have any, it will be an empty page with the one button, create new app. So let's create a new app by clicking on create new app button. Here we will need to give application a name, and this name user will see when they try to log in with Twitter account. So you don't want to create something like blah blah blah. You want this name to be trustworthy. So I will give my application a name, Swift Developer Blog. And in the description, you can provide anything as long as it does make sense for your application. So I will provide description something like sign in with Twitter account. For the website, I will also provide my domain name, Swift Developer Blog. And for the callback URL, I will also provide the same domain name, Swift Developer Blog. Now, the callback URL is not going to be used with Twitter sign in with Parse, but you will need to provide if you want this application to work. So if you simply provide your domain name, it will still work. Okay, and now scroll down to developer agreement and click yes, I agree, and click on create your Twitter application. Okay, my application is now created, and I can go back to installation instructions and follow the next step. The next step is to add Twitter's consumer key to my Parse application settings page. So I will switch to my Twitter application and go under keys and access tokens. And here I will need to take consumer key, copy it, and go back to my Parse application. I'm going to work with my app application called my app, and I will click on settings here and go to settings. And under settings, I want to go to authentication. On this page, scroll down a little bit. We have Facebook settings here, and we have Twitter. And under Twitter, we want to paste Twitter consumer keys here. And once we click away, Parse will save the consumer key. Okay, let's go back to installation instructions. And when we asked to specify callback URL, we've done that. And the next step is to add accounts framework and social framework. I have actually done that as well. So if I go to my Xcode project, and under Xcode project, I will select my target. And under target, I want to select build phases. And under build phases, I want to expand link binary with libraries. And here we are asked to add accounts framework and social frameworks. So I've done that as well. I have account framework and social framework. And if you wonder how I did it, I clicked on plus button here, and then I typed accounts, and I selected accounts framework and click on add. Okay, so the next step for us is to add the following where you initialize the Parse SDK. And we have Objective-C and Swift syntaxes here, so I'll switch to Swift. And I need to copy this line and paste it into my app delegate. Here's my app delegate, and right under the inside of the function did finish launching with options, right under PF Facebook utils, I'll paste this line, and I will replace I will provide the valid consumer key and consumer secret. So for that, I'll go back to Twitter application, and here's my consumer key. I'll copy it and I'll paste it here just to make sure I've selected. Okay, and consumer secret, also copy it. Go back to my did finish launching with options. I'll paste it here. Okay, now let's go back to our installation instructions and check what is our next step. And the next step is actually letting user log in with their Twitter account.